1863 Texas. You're 17. Dust, heat, and your father's body on the floor of a shack. Nobody killed him, his heart gave out. Whiskey finished what the war couldn't. You stand over the body and think not about death, but about debt. $200 to Harris's bank. 1 month until deadline. You bury him yourself. Shovel, dry earth, wooden cross from the fence. No tears, tears were spent long ago, back when there was still something to hope for. Now there's only cold calculation inside. Inventory: 1 horse, an old mare named Bessie, a Winchester from 1860 with 3 rounds, a knife, a cracked saddle, and 12 cents in your pocket, against $200 of debt. The math is simple. You lost before it even started. 2 weeks later, the sheriff shows up. Not alone, 2 deputies with him. Big, silent men carrying rifles. Behind them on a wagon sits Harris himself. Fat, expensive suit, vest, buttoned up even in the heat. The banker came in person, not out of respect, out of greed. Wants to make sure everything is his. The sheriff reads from a paper. Official, by the law, in the bored voice of a man who doesn't care. The meaning is simple. Your father took out a loan against the ranch as collateral. Nothing left to pay with. So the ranch now belongs to Harris's bank. All of it, the land, the buildings, the livestock, the tools, by law, with a seal. No arguing with that. Gather your personal belongings, son. You've got 1 hour. After that, this isn't your land anymore. You look at Harris sitting in the wagon. He doesn't look at you, he's studying his fingernails. You're not a person to him. You're a line in a debt ledger that can be crossed out. You leave without your things. You take only the Winchester, the knife, and the anger. Bessie drops dead 3 days down the road to San Antonio. You walk. The sun hits like a fist. At the edge of town, a cattle drive overtakes you dust, bellowing, the smell of manure and sweat. Up front on a roan horse sits the trail boss. Wide-brimmed hat, beard, eyes squinted against the sun. Need work? You nod. $30 for the drive to Abilene. 3 months. You fall off your horse, that's your problem. You steal, I'll shoot you myself. Questions? No questions. Welcome to the Chisholm Trail, kid. Chisholm Trail, 1863. Rise at 4, coffee black, bitter. You drink in silence, the day will be long. Your job flank rider, 8 hours in the saddle, dust in your teeth. 2,000 heads each, one wanting to go the wrong way. You fall off your horse, your problem. The herd doesn't stop. In the evenings by the fire, old Duncan talks. I once robbed a stagecoach outside El Paso. 3 of us. Took $200. Within a month, 2 of my boys were dead, killed each other. Over money. Easy money is heavy on the soul, kid. You nod, but you're thinking about $200. Day 28. Dusk. 5 riders burst out of a ravine. Trail boss Carson reached for his holster bullet in the shoulder. 1 cowboy put his hands up. Another ran bullet in the back. They didn't see you. Didn't see Duncan either. You looked at each other without a word. 3 shots, 2 hits. 3 riders vanished. In the morning, you buried Reyes, 22 years old. Photo of his wife in his pocket. Duncan reads the Bible. Briefly, the herd needs to keep moving. $30. Your first honest money. Within a week, $3 left. By the stables, a kid latches onto you. Jack, 18 years old. Saw how you shot. I need a partner. Wells Fargo train. Tomorrow at 3. Railroad company cash box 5,000 minimum. 15 miles out, there's a grade train, slows to a walk. You take the roof, I hold the engineer. $3 in your pocket. The math doesn't add up, and never will. All right. You wait in the brush. Heat, flies, heart beating steady, not scared, empty, and focused. The train slows on the grade. You ride alongside, jump to the roof, crawl toward the second car. From below you hear Jack shouting. Door. 2 passengers staring in horror. Bandana on your face, pistol in hand. Everyone stay down, hands on your knees. Chest under the bench, 2 strikes with the grip lock gone. Bundles of bills, you don't count everything into the bag. You jump at the top of the grade. Ground hits your legs, you roll, you stand. Jack beside you with the horses, eyes blazing. You ride for an hour without stopping. $4,800 in the bag. Duncan said easy money is heavy on the soul. Maybe so, but the soul is quiet, and the money is real. $4,800 split right in the saddle. $2,400 yours. $2,400 Jack's. Abilene. Jack celebrates loud, buys rounds for the whole saloon, plays poker, laughs. You drink in silence and watch. That night, first real bed in months. Morning and Jack is gone. Room empty, gear taken. Horse out of the stable too, just vanished. You sit on the edge of the bed and stare at the wall. Not angry, just remembering. The next 10 years, school with no teacher. Stagecoaches, drunk merchants, couriers on the roads between towns. One partner got arrested. One bullet in the shoulder, treated yourself for 3 weeks in a shack with a fever. By the 7th year, your name is on wanted posters. $300 reward. Portrait is crooked, looks like you only buy the hat. On the 10th year, you walk into a saloon in El Paso and see a familiar face. Jack, beard grown out, eyes sharper, sitting there smiling like nothing happened. 10 years ago, you left without saying a word. That's how it went. You could walk away, but he's already leaning closer. Bank in Santa Fe. One guard, old teller. Friday collection day. 7,000 minimum. All right. Friday, Santa Fe. You go in together. Jack holds the people, you take the cash. 6,800 into the bag. You turn to Jack to leave. He's not looking at you, he's looking at the door. And then you understand. A second before it happens, you understand. But it's already too late. He grabs the bag and flies out the back door. At that same moment, police burst in from the front. 3 men with rifles, like they were waiting, like they knew. You're standing in the middle of the bank, empty-handed. You don't even reach for your gun. 5 years. That's what they give for armed bank robbery in Texas. Trial is short, no lawyer. The judge doesn't even look at you when he reads the sentence. Nobody is looking for Jack. Jack barely existed. Only you know he's out there, and that you'll meet again. You walk out of prison after 5 long years. The sun hitting your eyes harder than you remember. The world hasn't changed, you have. There's only one thought in your mind. Find Jack. The partner who ran away with the money and left you to take the blame. You follow rumors across dusty streets and smoky saloons, asking questions until at last you find him. He looks older now, a beard on his face, but the same cunning eyes remain. Silence hangs between you, heavy and unavoidable. No apologies are spoken, both of you already know how this ends. Your hands reach for your revolvers at the same moment. Gunshots break the air, dust rises from the ground, and the friendship you once shared dies with you. When the echoes fade, 2 men lie still, bound once by trust and greed. And in that final silence, Duncan's words prove true. In the pursuit of money, people are willing to betray, to kill, and to lose everything, even themselves.